Hello and welcome, Taters Incorporated employees, to a presentation about your system upgrade to Windows 10 Enterprise. My name is Alec Lamb, and I will guide you through an outline of what this process will entail. First of all, I would like to thank you for your time today and for doing business with us. We believe that upgrading your business to Windows 10 Enterprise will not only make your day-to-day operations run more smoothly, but it will also put Taters Incorporated in a comfortable place to embrace future technologies. Let me begin by giving you an outline of what this presentation will cover. Why should you upgrade to Windows 10 instead of Windows 8? Basically, Windows 8 was Microsoft's first attempt at a desktop layout that is similar to a tablet and other mobile device platforms. With that said, it works more as a beta test for what is now Windows 10. Windows 10 is also the most up-to-date version of Microsoft's operating systems, and will make it easy for you to update to future versions of the operating system. I will elaborate more on the specific features in more detail in the slides to follow. Will your current system infrastructure be compatible with the operating system upgrade? Yes, your current computers all have 4 gigabytes of RAM and between 300 gigabytes to 5 terabytes of hard drive space, which is much more than the minimum requirements for Windows 10. What is the timeline for system testing and compatibility? The upgrade process will be split into 4 parts: virtual machine testing and file backup for 2 weeks, then replacement of incompatible components and retesting for 2 more weeks, then hard drive wiping and operating system and file installation for 2 more weeks, and then finally a 1-week observation period where we make sure that the update is working smoothly with your daily operations. How long will the operating system upgrade take, and how will it affect your daily operations? In total, the entire upgrade process will take 7 weeks. Our team will only need the use of 2 computers at a time in each department for the 6 weeks of each stage of implementation. Why choose Windows 10 instead of Windows 8? Well, Windows 10 is an upgrade in user-intuitive design and function from Windows 8. In Windows 10, the charm bar is removed for desktop users. The Windows 10 settings panel is now a modern UI app, and there is no longer a devices app. Windows 10 also pared down the hot corners option to just the upper right corner in the new OS. The start screen is no longer included on the desktop. Now clicking the start button brings up a start menu. One feature that is unique to Windows 10 is the addition of the application Cortana, Microsoft's most popular AI software. Cortana is now located next to the start menu button, where there is a new search box with the words "Ask me anything" that responds to voice command. This gives the user hands-free access to the vast database of information available through Bing. Cortana also synchronizes with all of the other Microsoft apps on your system, providing you quick access to any of your content stored within them. Another nice feature of Windows 10 is Virtual Desktop. This makes the workflow much easier for users that require multiple desktops. By clicking on it, the user can view all of the applications currently open on the desktop. If you want to add a new desktop, just click the plus sign located in the bottom right corner. Windows 10 also includes the newest Internet Explorer innovation, the Microsoft Edge browser. It has a newly expanded toolset with a highlighter, clip tool, an eraser, text tool, and of course a pen. You can save your markups that you've created to the local drive and share them with others. How does all of this translate to a system that is better for businesses, you may ask? Well, Windows 8 actually did a good amount of their design with business users in mind. Secure boot, Windows to Go, and Hyper-V virtualization of guest operating systems may have been a little overlooked with the innovations for touchscreen device integration. All those features remain in Windows 10, and there are others that could be hugely significant business rollouts. The in-place upgrades are much smoother, allowing IT managers the flexibility to not have to wipe and reimage anymore. It is also easier for IT managers to bring off-the-shelf hardware into business. The new runtime configuration tools can implement VPN settings, email profiles, app installations, and security policies are available in Windows 10 without wiping the hardware and starting fresh. As far as security goes, Windows 8's introduction of Secure Boot stopped the threat of some of the most harmful types of malware. It was also the first version of Windows with built-in antivirus protection, Windows Defender. Windows 10 takes Secure Boot a step further by giving PC manufacturers the option to prevent users from disabling the feature. With the majority of business machines only ever booting into one operating system, it serves as a very effective way of preventing almost any chance of malicious rootkits and other low-level malware infecting the boot process. Windows 10 Enterprise also features Device Guard, which is a combination of enterprise-related hardware and software security. When configured together, they can lock down a device so that it can only run trusted applications. Even if a hacker manages to get control of the kernel, it will be very difficult for them to be able to run malicious executable code after the computer restarts because of the order of decisions made on what can run and when. Device Guard uses the new virtualization-based security in Windows 10 Enterprise to isolate the code integrity service from the kernel, letting the service use signatures defined by your enterprise control policy to help determine what is trustworthy. In addition, Windows 10 Enterprise has Microsoft Passport, which replaces passwords with strong two-factor authentication. This consists of an enrolled device and a Windows Hello or PIN. It lets users authenticate to a Microsoft account, an Active Directory account, a Microsoft Azure Active Directory account, or non-Microsoft service that supports fast ID online authentication. Microsoft Passport, once set up on a user's device, a user sets a gesture. The user provides the gesture to verify identity, which triggers Microsoft Passport to authenticate users and help them to access protected resources and services. Windows 10 mobile devices can be used as a remote credential when signing in to Windows 10 PCs. During the sign-in process, the Windows 10 PC can connect using Bluetooth to access Microsoft Passport on the user's Windows 10 mobile device, adding convenience in a busy work environment. Microsoft Passport is less costly and less complex than many other similar solutions. Because no passwords are used, it helps prevent system attacks and phishing. It also helps stop server breaches because Microsoft Passport credentials are an asymmetric key pair, which obstructs replay attacks when keys are generated within isolated environments of trusted platform modules. Since many employees opt to use their personal devices for work, there is an increased risk of accidental data disclosure through apps and services that are outside of the enterprise's control, such as social media, email, and public cloud. Enterprise data protection is included with Windows 10 Enterprise and offers obvious separation between personal and corporate data without requiring employees to switch environments or apps, and provides additional protection for your data while roaming and sharing encrypted content or moving encrypted files to USB keys. What is your current system compatibility with Windows 10 Enterprise? While your company's current computers have at least 4 gigabytes of RAM and 300 gigabytes to 5 terabytes of hard drive space per computer, it is likely that much of the software and applications will need to be replaced or updated. We will assess and decide what changes need to be made in the first 2 phases of our update process. Here you can see a visualization showing the order of operations for the system update to Windows 10 Enterprise. We will begin by setting up virtual machines in each department running Windows 10 Enterprise, while simultaneously backing up all of the files onto external storage. Then we will replace or update any incompatible components and retest the computers. After that, we begin the operating system installation process by fully wiping the hard drives of all the files for a clean installation of Windows 10 Enterprise. Then we will reinstall all the files back onto their respective computers. And finally, we'll stay on to observe the daily productivity of the new update to make sure everything is working properly, as it should. The first step in the operating system's update process is virtual machine testing and file backup. We will send a team into each department to set up virtual machines running Windows 10 Enterprise on a company computer. This will enable testing on all the applications and devices used by the individual departments. We will run each application and check the connectivity of each device to see how they are affected by the operating system's update and see what changes or updates need to be made to them. The data provided from this testing phase will be used to decide what direction to go with applications Taters uses for day-to-day operations. Some programs will continue to work after updates are applied, while others that are now obsolete will need to be replaced with comparable modern versions or similar applications. Working side by side with the testing team, we will also employ a comprehensive files backup team. Doing this process simultaneously to testing will save time and will hopefully allow for some extra flexibility to decide the best applications to replace any outdated or incompatible software needed for your company's operations. The files backup team will back up all the company's data onto external physical drive storage, which we will then upload to our home network for redundancy, and we will also have copies of all the files uploaded to cloud storage using Zoles. All staff will have access to their files during the transition through the cloud storage archive by logging on to Zoles. The second step in the operating system's update process is to replace incompatible components and retest. After reviewing the data from the virtual machine testing of Windows 10 Enterprise on the current computers and purchasing new applications, peripherals, and even possibly new hardware, we will need to do a second run of virtual machine testing to make sure that all the applications are working as they should. While the second run of tests is happening, the files backup team will check the formats of all the data files to see if they are compatible with the new applications that they will be implemented on. If the data formats are incompatible, they will be reformatted by the team, restoring them to practical use. The original files will be archived in their original format and will be kept as an additional backup for worst-case scenario situations. The third step of the operating system's update process is hard drive wiping and operating systems and file installation. We will have to do a clean installation of Windows 10 Enterprise since there is no way to upgrade the systems and keep the files, settings, and programs. This is not a limitation of Windows 10. It's a limitation of Windows XP. Even if we just wanted to upgrade to Windows 7 from XP, we would have to wipe the hard drives and start again. The good news is that by removing all of the files from each computer, it allows for a much cleaner installed Windows 10 Enterprise and will likely show a marked improvement in the general system performance. Once a computer has finished installing Windows 10 Enterprise, then the files backup team will install the applications and firmware updates that are necessary. After that, the individual computers will be reloaded with their custom data files for the given user. The fourth and final step in the operating system's install process is observation of daily productivity. An abbreviated IT team will stay on to ensure a smooth transition in all departments to the Windows 10 Enterprise upgrade. This team will assist with new security features and help navigate any bumps in the road that were unforeseen. They will also be available for general questions about how to use the new operating system. Here is a pie graph showing the length of each step of the operating system install process. In week 1 and 2, virtual machine testing and file backup will take place. On weeks 3 and 4, we will replace any incompatible components and do a retest of Windows 10 Enterprise. On weeks 5 and 6, we will begin our installation of Windows 10 Enterprise by wiping all of the computer's hard drives and then installing the operating system and following that up with installation of all applications, firmware, and file data for each individual computer in each of the departments. Week 7 will be our final week on site, where we have an abbreviated IT team to observe daily productivity in each department and help with the security system setups and any questions that employees may have about the new operating system. Congratulations! Now that all of the systems at Taters Incorporated have been upgraded to Windows 10 Enterprise, you will see a marked improvement in your work environment and all of your departments. Your company will be ready to take the future of technology head on and be able to easily integrate new devices and evolving biometric systems. You will also be able to continue to upgrade your operating system for free or at little cost with the automatic updates available through Windows 10 Enterprise. You will also be able to rest easy knowing that your systems and information are protected by the most comprehensive and sophisticated level of security Microsoft offers to date. My team and I will also continue to be a resource for any needs that should arise related to your new upgrade. Thank you for your business.